And hello, comic book fans. It is Friday night. I am continuing with my new format. Sorry about the light in the background. It is the 21st of June, the longest day of the year. So the sun is pretty much coming right in through my balcony. So it's kind of weird. I'd have to wait until midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning to do these reviews before the sun is out of the thing. So I'm going to have to deal with it. So my new review pattern now is to do the two favorite comics for the week and then the one that I'm most disappointed with and do them separately. And let me tell you what I think afterwards. Talk to you later. And I'm back for number 3. I know the video says 2. I hadn't realized that recently. And I think next week I'm going to reshoot it. I mean, hell, look at the difference in the hair. And so I'm going to have to redo this. But not tonight. Let's just do the last one for the night, or at least the comic review anyway. And Dark Red number 7, written by Tim Seeley. I don't know why I haven't been putting this guy in my weekly reviews. This comic in my weekly reviews, because it's an awesome comic. It really is. Really, really, really is. Little breakdown on the plot so far, on the story so far of this comic. It's basically, and for the life of me, I've read 7 issues so far, and I can't remember dude's name. He's a vampire. He lives in this little podunk town, and he's not your traditional vampire that is, wealthy and been around for hundreds of years and has gobs and gobs and gobs of money and stuff, and or he's not the uber villain type. Either way, he works night shift at a 7-Eleven type thing, and lives in a trailer. Doesn't like killing for a living, literally killing for a living, for his food and stuff. But he's got it worked up. He's got a friend who has a problem, this medical condition where she overdoes blood. Hey, guess what? Dude, I'm a vampire. I've got a solution to this. So he basically, helps her out by, he feeds off her. He keeps her from, her problem under check. And it's all working out fine until a bunch of white supremacist vampires come up. And I'm going to, since I like this thing so much, I'm going to avoid some of the social commentary that Mr. Seeley has put in there. I mean, because it's not uber blatant and beating you over the head with it like a lot of people do. But, so he deals with that, because this is his territory, we all have, the vampires have certain territories and you don't come in without his permission, and so he's dealing with that, and then deals with that problem, and it leads to another problem. In the last issue, he is dealing with his friend being turned to a vampire. This isn't much of a spoiler at this point. And some of the issues from the other stuff, and drawing the attention of some more bad guys. And he has a vampire hunter coming into his town, going after what he thinks is a regular mother and daughter. It turns out the mother and daughter are some form of were. I can't remember it. And he's just like, dude, mother dies, and it's just this little daughter, and she's like, dude, you're not killing this young girl. I don't give a rat's ass, what your issues with this stuff is. You're not killing this little girl. We're going to take this girl, and take her back to some of the wares in Chicago, where she can't, there's a reason it's Chicago. But this is also going to bring him back into the attention of some of the bad guys and his ex-friend. And it's a really interesting take on the vampires, because you have little power structures with the different groups of vampires. I don't. It's kind of complicated because I don't want to spend a lot of time going over the whole story so far, because it is 7 issues, and I might do a review of the whole series at some point. But this one, it's in Chicago. It's them trying to drop this little girl off with a group of wares, and having to go up against some of the things in the way, and the back and forth between the vampire hunter and the main character is rather funny, because this is another, it's a horror comic, but it's got humor to it. And you also get to see his friend as she's dealing with becoming a new vampire. She has to take classes on it, which you wouldn't expect. I mean, like I said, there's little different twists and turns on this, and it's very well done. If you've watched my stuff before, you'll realize that I'm not exactly that I like the Jim Lee, John Byrne type of crisp, realistic art, but the art in this one isn't bad, and it suits the story, and that makes it. I like it this way because it's if it suits the story like this, it doesn't have to be super realistic, and I'm not saying that this is bad by any means. It's just not the type that is my favorite. And I'm really enjoying this. I'm going to give this a 4.25 out of 5. And if you like horror comics, if you like humor and your stuff, get this. You will enjoy it. All right, like and subscribe.